It was 3 in the morning when the water came. A sudden violent storm had turned the river into a monster, and it slammed into their home without warning. A mother and her children were fast asleep, but they woke up to absolute chaos. Water was gushing in, furniture was floating past them like ghosts, and the very walls of their house were shaking. In that terrifying moment, instinct took over. She grabbed her children, held them tight, and fought her way through the rising floodwaters to safety. They survived. They made it out alive. But when the sun rose and the water finally receded, they saw the devastation. Everything they owned was gone, washed away by the flood. Their home was a wreck, their belongings destroyed. That morning, her children started to cry, their small voices filled with hunger. "Mom, what are we going to eat?" "We don't have anything left." With her heart aching and her hands still shaking, she ran to the only small grocery store in the area. She found the owner and begged him, "Please, my children are starving. The flood took everything. I'll pay you back as soon as I can, I promise." The man just looked at her, cold and unmoved. "I don't give credit," he said flatly. She tried again, explaining the terror of the flood, the children's hunger, the desperation she felt. He still refused. Another customer in the store saw what was happening and offered to pay for her groceries, but the shopkeeper ignored him. Instead, he turned back to the mother with a mocking smile. "Do you have a shopping list?" he sneered. "Yes," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "Fine," he said. "Put your list on the scale. Whatever it weighs, I'll give you that much in food." Humiliated but with nowhere else to turn, she quietly wrote on a small piece of paper and placed it on the old-fashioned scale. To everyone's surprise, the scale dropped hard, clanging against its base. The shopkeeper was confused. He started piling food onto the other side: bread, cans, vegetables, but the scale wouldn't budge. It was as if the little piece of paper weighed a ton. Frustrated, he finally snatched the paper from the scale to see what magical list she had written. But it wasn't a list. It was a prayer. It read, "God, you know my needs. I place them all in your hands." A heavy silence fell over the store. The shopkeeper stood there, stunned, holding the prayer in his hand. Without saying another word, he packed a bag full of groceries and gave her everything she needed. Because that day, they all learned a powerful lesson. A mother's prayer, born from pure faith, weighs more than all the gold in the world. When human hearts close, faith can still open every door. Thanks for watching.